other thing too I'm curious about is when you see your fantasy paintings, you show them work that you were in progress, like when you did a portrait here, you know you're using oil paint and how thick it is and how you thin it down some. But when you see a fantasy painting like those, you know, the gladiators and
Yes,
stuff like
yes.
that, is that still oil paint, like Vasari paint, or is it a different product? Are you using acrylics or?
No, that's also oil paint as well.
But
So,
you thin it down tremendously, or?
no, I mean, like, fortunately, you've seen me paint. Like, we've painted together. And so, so you have a pretty good idea of like the finish that can take place on my paintings, where it can be really smooth or it can be like a little chunkier in paint. And so when I was making paintings for reproduction on book covers, it was more important that there'd be less impasto and that it'd be a lot smoother. So I just made it smoother, you know. But it's the same paint. You know, I wasn't using Vasari at the time. I think I was using Winsor and Newton, which the owner would cast serious dispersions on. So I was actually, funny little story. He's got a love. I don't know if you haven't been there, it's worth going to. You can test out the paint, and it's really extraordinary paint. It's wonderful. Anyhow, so I asked if I could bring a model and paint there, and so Kelly and I were painting like a model. They have this nice window, and I might start up our thing again, and maybe we'll do it there. I don't know. We'll see. In any case, he came over, and I wasn't using his paint. So I'm in his paint store, and I'm not using his paint. And he looks at the back of my easel where all my paints are. He says, "What is this garbage? What are you doing in my place? How dare you come in my place and paint with this garbage?" It's like, I mean, I did the landscape, you know, with your paints, but like, those paints are expensive. But in all truthfulness, you can use less of his paint than you can of the Winsor Newton or the Gamblin or whatever. So it kind of evens out. Anyhow, I just thought that was kind of a funny story, and like referencing like paint and what paints to use, and they're very pigmented. It's like the difference between Gamblin and his paint is like the difference between driving a little compact ordinary car and driving a luxury mobile, you know, with like it's sort of difficult to control it. You have to get used to it. If you're used to driving your little compact rental car, and then you're suddenly in like a Formula One where you step on the gas and it shoots forward, and you step on the brake and it stops. That's like the difference between like ordinary paint and his paint.
Oh, we toured Vasari, and he gave us the whole thing, put in the paint in the tubes. I was surprised to find he only makes one color a day.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And, you know, it'd be a different batch the next day, etc.
Yeah.
He'll never do multiple colors at the same time.
Yeah. Any other questions, or should I continue forth?